So tell me what you were out here doing today in Mill Creek.
I think today was all about just reminding everyone of how powerful they really are in preventing, helping to respond and recover from any type of crisis that they might experience here in the school year.
All right, so talk to me about Safe and Sound Schools. How did it start? When did it start?
So the genesis of our organization is in tragedy. My daughter was lost in the tragedy. My co-founding partner lost her daughter in the tragedy as well. But we determined to build a legacy that honored their life and their love and their joy in the world. And one thing that the girls had in common, they had a lot in common, but they loved school. So it was for us about restoring a sense of confidence and safety, not just for our own children that survived the tragedy in honor of their sisters, but for kids and teachers and parents across the country who were thinking, yeah, I don't know about this. Is it safe to send our kids to school after what we have seen?
And then we just watched your presentation. You have several resources, especially behind you. You have books now, so I guess talk to me a little bit.
Yeah, so all of our resources are free. We're a nonprofit organization, but we love folks to make use of our parent programming, our student programming, programs that we have in there for safety teams, the resources. We're just there as a resource to get the conversations going and started and to work with schools around the country to make sure everybody's safe and sound.
So about how many schools or presentations have you done?
Oh my gosh, off the top of my head, it's in the thousands somewhere. I'm not even sure, but we do have, fortunately, it's not just me. So my co-founding partner, we have a national team of experts as well from all different areas of school safety, mental and behavioral health, culture, climate and wellness, physical safety and security, school law, policy and finance. All these things go into to school safety. So it's about all hands on deck. Nobody has to be an expert in all of it, but we can share in it to make sure everybody's safe and sound.
So what is that like for you? Obviously, so this came from like a traumatic event. So what is that like for you to, I guess, revisit that and then, I guess, spread this?
So that part's hard. I'm not going to lie. It is not an easy story to tell or share, but to be privileged enough to be with a group like this that is ready to be proactive, that's ready to have a difficult conversation, and that's ready to share in this work. It really does do a lot for my own healing process. To see the work that's being done here in this district, for example, is incredible to be some small part of.
There were so many beautiful things that you said up there, and then one of those was turning pain into a purpose.
Yeah.
So I guess restate that for me.
So, you know, when you're, I think, and I'm not the only one who has experienced this, but there is a moment, you know, post-tragedy or crisis for every one of us. And there are all different things that we all go through in our lives. But, you know, there is this moment where you're sort of faced with, am I going to stay under the covers? Or am I going to get up and do something with this? And for me, it was pretty clear I wasn't ever going to be able to shake this off. But there were things that I could share about my experience that would help others maybe never experience a day like that, to move the ball forward, to make sure that all students, all staff are well cared for, that we have truly safe and sound school communities.
So now we've moved forward, you're doing these presentations, so I guess what does it mean for you to be able to do this?
For me, it's moving forward. It is. I think you find after you have suffered something like what our family has been through, that you're not the same person. And now you have little bits and pieces of who you were before, but now you have other things, and it doesn't all quite fit together the way that it did before. So it's about finding a new way to move forward. There's no truly recovering in the sense that you'll be back to where you were before. So it's about moving forward in a different way.
So then lastly, I guess after your presentation here at McDowell, what are your thoughts?
I'm just thrilled to have been here. This is still my favorite time of the year. I was a teacher, so the back to school buzz here is kind of catching. There's a lot of excitement, there's a lot of dedication, incredible people here in the school community. So again, to join that, to be a part of that, has been just a real privilege today.
And then my last question for you. So I guess through all of this, what has been the most moving experience?
You know, I think this surprises people, but I really feel that my daughter's with me when I do these presentations, when I visit these communities. So as hard as it is to have these conversations, to share these experiences, to feel her close by is a wonderful thing.